Our first topic is about the arts and crafts of Southeast Asia. Our MELC, or the most essential learning competency, analyzes elements and principles of art in the production of arts and crafts inspired by the cultures of Southeast Asia. Here are our objectives. Understand the nature of Southeast Asian arts and crafts and how they affect their life and culture. Analyze how the elements of arts and principles of design were applied in their folk arts. Provided guide questions as we tackle our topic. First, what are the countries in Southeast Asia? Second, how are the elements of art and principles of design applied in their arts and crafts? Third, what is the importance of arts and crafts in a particular place? Let's visit and enjoy the beauty of the different countries of Southeast Asia and experience their exquisite and fascinating artworks by engaging in different activities. Can you identify the countries that belong to Southeast Asia? Did you know that Southeast Asia has been an increasingly popular destination among travelers? Home to some of the most visited countries in the world, beautiful beaches, fascinating history, and mouth-watering food. Southeast Asia boasts some truly amazing facts. Countries are included in Southeast Asia. Southeast Asia is comprised of 11 countries squeezed between the Indian Ocean and the Pacific Ocean. They are Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, the Philippines, East Timor, Brunei, Cambodia, Laos, Myanmar, Thailand, and Vietnam. Southeast Asia is a perfect vacation destination combining sun, sea, and culture, known for its idyllic islands, endless beaches, plenty of resorts, tasty cuisines, world-class restaurants, and diverse cultures. Southeast Asia is one of the best vacation destinations on the planet. It has everything you need to have a luxurious holiday on a budget. Climate in Southeast Asia is tropical all year round. Generally speaking, the wet season extends from June to October and the dry season runs roughly from November to May. In dry months, famous tourist destinations are usually crowded with people. In the rainy season, you might encounter some inconvenience, but you'll see fewer tourists and gain better prices on accommodation. Southeast Asia includes over 20,000 islands scattered through the Pacific and Indian Oceans. Indonesia has over 13,500 islands on its own. Thailand, Malaysia, Vietnam, Indonesia, and the Philippines provide a wide range of beach options. No matter whether you are seeking islands for scuba diving, snorkeling, breathtaking beaches with luxury resorts, or amazing sunsets, you will find one. One must-do activity when traveling around Southeast Asia is visiting ancient temples. Blessed with a deep history and unique culture, this region is home to some of the most impressive temples in the world. There are 35,000 temples in Thailand alone. You should not miss the world's largest religious monument, Angkor Wat, in Cambodia. There was a time when all young men in Thailand, including royalty, were required to become Buddhist monks, even if only for a short period of time, before they turned 20. This practice, however, is not observed anymore like it is used to be. First country to visit, Thailand. The famous Sky Lantern of Thailand. Flying lanterns are made out of rice paper with a bamboo frame, which contain a fuel cell or small candle. When the fuel cell is lit, the flame heats the air inside the lantern, causing the lantern to rise. In Thailand, flying lanterns are used during the year and for festivals, with the most popular being Loy Krathong Festival. This festival is held on the night of the 12th full moon, usually in November, with Chiang Mai believed to have the brightest and most spectacular celebrations. Sky lanterns, or wish lanterns as they are also commonly known, have become popular on the main tourist beaches of Phuket. Wander down to the beach on the most nights and you will find locals selling wish lanterns for a small cost. Light your candle, make your wish, and once your wish lantern is floating skyward, sit back and enjoy. Country to travel in Cambodia. Indigenous people represent 1.4% of the total population in Cambodia, and the majority of them are living in remote rural areas within the country. Handicrafts are part of their traditional culture and their livelihood as they produce textiles, baskets, jars, pottery, and other tools for their daily use. Many indigenous groups have established small enterprises and produce traditional products to generate supplementary income in order to support their livelihoods. The handicraft sector provides vital employment opportunities to most indigenous artisans and disadvantaged people, especially women who are struggling for survival. Let us now proceed to the next country, Laos. In this country, they make paper by hand in the wider region for over 700 years using the bark of the local sa or mulberry tree. The bark is crushed and soaked in water until it had dissolved into a paste. The liquid is then scooped out, poured through a bamboo sieve, and finally placed in a thin layer on a bamboo bed and dried in the sun. Traditionally, sa paper was used for calligraphy and for making festive temple decorations, umbrellas, fans, and kites. In former times, it was also used as a filter in the manufacture of lacquerware. And in the recent years, the art of sa paper handicraft has been revived, particularly in Luang Prabang, northern Laos, where it is now used to create lampshades, writing papers, greeting cards, and bookmarks. Our next stop, Vietnam. Vietnamese silk painting is one of the most popular forms of art in Vietnam, favored for the mystical atmosphere that can be achieved with the medium. During the 19th and 20th century, French influence was absorbed into Vietnamese art, and the liberal and modern use of color especially began to differentiate Vietnamese silk paintings from their Chinese or Japanese counterparts. Vietnamese silk paintings typically showcase the countryside, landscapes, pagodas, historical events, or scenes of daily life. Next country to travel to is Indonesia. Wayang kulit is a type of puppet shadow play performed around the Indo-Malayan archipelago, tracing its origin to India. It is derived from a Javanese Hindu-Buddhist tradition where handcrafted leather puppets depict epic stories of the gods in a shadow play. Puppetry is famous in Indonesia. Wayang in modern Indonesian language means show or perform. Kulit means skin, a reference to the leather material that the figures are carved out. Others say that wayang is also attributed to the Indonesian word bayang, which means shadow. The characters are usually represented by several versions in a set. The best puppets are wow kite making, made from young female water buffalo parchment, and the curing can take up to 10 years. The show. Most shadow play is based on two epic stories from India, the Mahabharata and its sister work, the Ramayana. The Balinese and Javanese have combined the Hindu stories with Buddhist and Muslim ideas mixed with their own folklore. The puppets are moved behind a cotton or linen screen by a dalang or a puppet master in a shadow puppet play. The dalang tells the story, interprets, and voices for each character, producing sound effect which pitch and movement and manipulates all the figures between the lamp and the screen to bring the shadows to life. Let us also visit the beautiful country of Malaysia. Wow Kite in Malay is a uniquely designed Malaysian kite called Wow. Farmers use kites as scarecrows in the fields and as a means to lull their children to sleep, so they could work with little interruption. Now, Kite flying has become a popular sport not just in Malaysia but also internationally. Malaysia has been celebrating kite festivals annually, like the Pasir Gudang International Kite Festival. This kite festival encouraged more tourists to visit their country. Let's proceed to the next country, Brunei. Brunei Darussalam, men's headgear are categorized into three: the star, which is a piece of cloth tied around the head; songkok or kopya, a type of cap made from velvet; tangkolok or turban, which resembles a turban and is a typical headdress in the Middle East. After a period of time, the wearing of songkok became a tradition and synonymous with being a Malay. Gradually, it replaced the dastar as part of Malay's national dress on most formal occasions. The songkok or peci or kopya is a cap widely worn in Indonesia, Brunei, Malaysia, Singapore, the southern Philippines, the southern Thailand, mostly among Muslim males in formal situations such as wedding feasts, funerals, or festive occasions such as the Muslim Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. We're almost at the end of our topic. For the generalization, archipelagic Southeast Asia is comprised of 10,000s of islands and a small part of mainland Southeast Asia. Wayang in a modern Indonesian language is loosely translated to mean show or performance. Kulit means skin, a reference to the leather material that the figures are carved out of. So wayang kulit means a shadow play. The famous Thailand sky lantern are made out of rice paper with a bamboo frame which contain a fuel cell or small candle. When the fuel cell is lit, the flame hits the air inside the lantern, causing the lantern to rise. Vietnamese silk paintings typically showcase the countryside, landscapes, pagodas, historical events, or scenes of daily life. In Brunei Darussalam, men's headgear are categorized into three: the star, songkok or kopya, and tangkolok or serban. And the title of your activity, Find Me. Direction. From the pictures of arts and crafts of Southeast Asia, name the object and its origin. Write your answers on the space provided. You may choose the correct answer from the given box below. Thank you so much for listening. Happy learning!